Washington, D.C. by a Representative Congressman Carlos Gimenez, the GOP member out of Florida. Thank you again for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. Mike Johnson, the new speaker, maybe what was said behind closed doors that kind of led us to believe that Johnson was the man for the job and is now elected into this position?
I don't think it's really behind closed doors. Mike Johnson has been here years, establishing great relationships with all members of our conference. He was the vice chair of the conference, and he has, again, established really good support here. He's a man of faith. He's a family man. He's great conservative values, man that we can trust. And so, I think that once he became the speaker nominee, it wasn't that difficult for all of us to rally around Mike.
Yeah, and that may have not been the case in previous times with Steve Scalise, Jim Jordan. The GOP didn't really align behind them, and this is the fourth speaker vote. Maybe what does it say that all of the Republican members of Congress did vote for Mike Johnson this time around?
It says that Mike Johnson has the trust of the conference. So he got all 200 and I think got 220 votes. So there's only one of our representatives over in Israel helping there, but I'm sure that he would have gotten him too. So he has 100% support from our conference, from our party. We all trust Mike. We've known Mike. Again, a really, really good guy, a man of faith, family. Values, really align with the values of the Republican Party. He's going to be a great spokesperson for the Republican Party, and that's somebody we can unify, around. And so that's what it took to get somebody that everybody said, yeah, we can all vote for Mike, and we found the right person in Mike Johnson.
And Mike, this is the first time he's been in sort of a leadership role there in Congress, and potentially with Steve Scalise, with Jim Jordan, they potentially had a little bit of baggage that they have all these votes kind of for them. Maybe how much does that factor into it? Maybe the inexperience, the lack of experience, the lack of time in Washington, D.C. Maybe how does that help him? How does that hurt him as speaker?
Oh, look, he was our deputy conference chair, so he was in leadership. He wasn't in the higher levels like a whip or a majority leader, but he was there, and so he understood how understands how the operation works. Look, Steve Scalise is going to have to help him out. Emmer is going to have to help him out, and I'm sure that the Speaker Emeritus, Kevin McCarthy is going to have to help him out too, with all the contacts and the fundraising and everything else that it takes to be speaker. But also, Mike has a little bit different take here in that he wants us to be a member-driven speakership, that he wants to make sure that everything runs on regular order. He's got his priorities straight. He knows what the American people are expecting of their Congress. And so, I'm optimistic about the future with Mike Johnson. I look forward to working for him, with him, to moving our agenda forward, which is a completely different vision of Joe Biden's America and the Democrat Party America. And I think he'll be good at it.
Yeah, a lot of optimism now that we have a new speaker in place. And the last time I spoke with you, Congressman, you were a staunch supporter of Kevin McCarthy. You wouldn't vote for Jim Jordan. Maybe what swayed you to now vote for Mike Johnson, maybe with Kevin McCarthy still very much in the body, but what made you lead you to cast your ballot for Mike Johnson?
Well, it's somebody that I could vote for. Look, if you looked at some of the votes, when we took the secret ballot or the ballot again, actually a roll call after Mike became the speaker, nominee, there was nobody there that voted against him. There were a couple of presidents, and then he was able to sway them, but it was pretty evident that he was going to get it. But besides that, I was already committed to voting for him because I believe he's just a good person, somebody we can trust, somebody that has our values, again, a man of faith, family, and I think will represent the Republican Party, very well. He's also the son of a firefighter, and as you know, I'm a former firefighter and fire chief of the city of Miami, and so, yeah, that kind of means something to me too.
Yeah, and you got very emotional there on the floor, as a speakership role, just what it meant to him. So that is a very interesting connection. My final question before I let you go, Congressman, he said his first priority is a resolution, a bill about Israel and standing with them. Maybe how much of a priority is that for you as well? And What does that speak to what Mike Johnson does?
Well, I mean, it's spot on. That is our first priority. We've got to, tell the state of Israel, the people of Israel, that we stand with them, that the Congress of the United States stands with Israel. And there should be no doubt about it. I know 100% of our conference is going to stand with Israel. I'm kind of interested to see how the vote goes over on the Democrat side. I noticed that when he was talking about that, he received bipartisan support, but there were some members there that sat down, and so I'm interested to see how that goes down on the Democrat side. But Israel has to know that America is with them. America will have their back. They're our greatest ally, and look, we need to stand with Israel. So I'm happy that that's the first thing that he's going to bring up. It's not the last thing he's going to bring up. There's a lot of stuff that in the last 2 or 3 weeks has just been sitting there waiting for us to work. We got to get back to work. And I think, I know that Mike has those priorities, straight of what we need to do, how quickly we need to get that through, that we need to keep the government, open. We've got those issues that we've got to work through, so we got to get back to work. And I know that Mike has got a schedule for us to do that and get that accomplished.
Yeah, a lot to get done in a very short amount of time. Potentially aid for Israel, aid for Ukraine also, maybe potentially on the docket. All right, Congressman, thank you again for joining us here on Live Now from Fox to kind of break it all down as the House has a new speaker. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much.